Hello, ladies and gentlemen, as I fall off my pillow that I ever so carefully constructed. Do I have a torch? I do not. Will the sapling work, I wonder? I've never done this before. Anyways, hello and welcome back to another... there's not dirt down below. Oh well, as I laboriously break this sand, hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft, the quest for all biomes. Well guys, today we will be exploring and starting our fourth map, and this is a very, very important thing, as our map wall is growing larger and larger as we go. Also, I asked you guys for feedback of where we should go next, and we got a response from a certain Mr. BC, and he told us we should explore more of the mesa. And so, I have started up a map that links to the other side of the mesa. There's the mesa over there, and that's where we are now. So if we go down in this line, we should run into it, hopefully. But first, we need to get into the air, and for this, I've constructed this tower. Yeah. So, to get started, let's take a jump off of here. Try and launch our turbojets. Come on. And do a bit of a turnaround so that we don't go too far. There we go. Should be high enough now to get really nice and going on this map. And start heading downwards. So yeah guys, how's your week been? Mine has been super duper so far. Been really, really enjoying it. Been exploring a lot in real life actually. Whole new avenues and new things coming up. Really, really excited for the new things that are coming up, by the way. And yeah, whoa, just had a really, really good week. And it's not often that I can say that sort of thing, but this is definitely one of those cases. Oh, and by the way, I think what we're going to do here quickly is, as we come past here, I'm going to swing by here just to show you guys. I've been busy in this in the mesa over here. I've brought the beacon over the side so that we can just have some ease of mining as I dig out from underneath. You can't see where I've dug out over here. Let's just land quickly. You can't see where I've dug out because it's all underground, but I've been busy digging. I've been transporting the stuff through the nether over there. Let's see if I can find the entrance to my little dig-out cave, just to show you guys what I've been busy with. Don't know if it's on this side of the mountain or the other side of the mountain. I always get confused. I should really, put a pile of sand in front of it or something, just so that I remember. Basically, I didn't want to destroy the look of this place. I just wanted to get the resources from the inside. So that's what I've been doing, is just going around and trying to see if I could do so. Yeah, where is this place now that I dug into? Oh, there we go. I can see it now. It's over there. So, as we walk towards that, I want to have a little chat. So, this clay that we're getting from here, it is awesome. It is amazing. I love the colors that it comes in. It's such a soothing texture to work with this clay. You know, I think what I'm going to do is just get this polished andesite and just do with this quickly, just to make myself a little marker so that I know where to come to get to the entrance of this place. So yeah, as you can see, I've been busy digging out all of this stuff. I've been putting it into chests over here, getting it all filled up and nice and ready so that we can start moving it out to build sites and whatnot. So we're definitely going to have to get, if we want to make cities that are going to be built with clay involved, we're going to have to make some sort of city like this in the, city here around this area in the future. So what I'm hoping is that somewhere in the mesa over here, as we continue to explore it, we'll find a village of some sort. Now let's see if I can do this. There we go. From a low height, we're getting a takeoff. Excellent. Okay. Now let's turn to our map quickly. It's some food. We need to actually come around back this way and then continue on our flight. So yeah, we need to make sure that we have a bit of a mesa city somewhere so that we can justify having clay in all the other cities, because basically they need to get it from somewhere. And even if it's a mining city or something, an old western mine or something like that, it would be pretty cool. Especially with the fact that there's all the gold in the hills and whatnot. It really, really lends itself to the old western feel. And that will be a pretty interesting build to do when we get to it. But for now, I will be using the clay in builds as we go along, and then just add the clay city in later. But at least now, we've got the plans for the city, so we can start using it in other places. But yeah, as we come down here, we see that the mesa doesn't extend this far down, which is interesting. But hopefully it expands quite a bit outwards in this particular map. So let's take a turn here quickly around this awesome jutting out piece of land, fly through this area here, and then try and gain some more height again. Thank you. Launch me up. Quickly switch to our map so that we don't leave too much undiscovered. And actually, we need to come back a bit because we're not cutting a wide enough swath into the map itself. Need some food over here. So yeah, guys, interesting thing that's happened this week is the Pokemon Sun and Moon demo has been released. I don't know how many of you guys are into Pokemon, but I absolutely adore it. I was definitely born at the right time to take advantage of Pokemon, as when it was released in my country, I was 10 years old. And for those of you that don't know, in the show, basically, at that time, now it's changed to 11 for whatever reason, but when a person turned 10 years old, they would be gifted their first Pokemon and they would set out on their journey. And that's just what happened to me, actually. I turned 10, and for my 10th birthday, I asked to get my first Pokemon game, which was Pokemon Blue. And I set out on my Pokemon journey from there. So its storyline fit into the line of my life pretty well. And I was super excited with that. And I still am super excited. I really love Pokemon. I love to see the things coming out as they do. And yeah, so basically the demo was released this week. And it's basically a short little playthrough of the new games that are coming out on the 3DS, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. For those of you with the 3DS, I really recommend that you download it and try it out if you haven't already. It's awesome, and there we go, get some more air quickly. It's awesome in that once you've played it through once, which takes you about an hour, there's daily events almost that you can come back to. Ah, there's a village right over here. Interesting. Not quite close enough to the mesa, I don't think, but interesting that it is there. As I was saying, there's almost daily events that you can come back to, and they'll give you things, and there's a certain Pokemon that you can only get by playing through the demo. Now, to address one thing that's happened as a result of this demo being released, that I'm not all too happy about, but I guess with humanity it's inevitable. We always seek information, and the ones that provide that information to us are often highly praised. But in this case, it's information that I really wish wasn't out there yet, because it kind of spoils some of the fun. And yes, we are talking about spoilers. So, despite Game Freak's best efforts, and Game Freak is the company that makes Pokemon, for those of you that don't know, to conceal things in the demo and keep them from people, we got a group of people who basically data mined the demo, and have released the complete Pokédex for Pokemon Sun and Moon. And this includes all the new forms of old Pokemon that are going to be in the game. And it is so hard to avoid it when you are involved in the Pokemon scene, because you get people sending you links to it, you come across it yourself, and to exit out of it, but you still catch a glimpse of some of the new ones. And please, guys, don't do that sort of thing. It ruins the whole experience, because now what would have been an awesome... Like, I remember when I first played the original games, what really sold me on the whole concept of Pokemon was exploring through the region and finding new Pokemon and seeing things you hadn't ever seen before, and just getting excited about a whole new world that was there in front of you to explore. Kind of like Minecraft, you never know what you're going to come across next. It's something new around every corner, and I don't know, it's just that sense of discovery that you don't often get in games these days that has really attracted me to Pokemon. And when someone comes ahead and ruins that for you, it's not a cool thing. Now, I understand that everybody's different, and for some people they want to know what they're getting into, so that's why they'll data mine the game, or they'll try and discover all the secrets before it's released, because that's where they get their kicks from. But the problem is when the thing that you get your kicks from ruins somebody else's pleasure, ruins somebody else's fun. That's when you need to start asking yourself, are you getting your pleasure from the right place? You know? It's all very well and good to say, yes, I like this thing, and this is what I want to do with my life, or I enjoy this thing. But when the thing that you get enjoyment from ruins somebody else's fun, that's when it crosses the line. That's when it becomes something that you shouldn't be doing. That's when something becomes wrong. Because for as long as you're doing something that benefits you as a person, or even something that doesn't really benefit you, of course it would be better if it did, but if it doesn't, so what? It's with your own time, it's your own life to mess up and whatnot. But as soon as you start getting into that realm of, oh, I don't care because it's not affecting me negatively, so why should I? Then that's a problem, because that's selfishness. And I think selfishness is the root cause of a lot of problems in today's society, where people just don't care enough about themselves, about others, about anything in general, just as long as they can get that fix, that instant endorphin spray to the brain that makes them feel good about themselves for that split second that they did something that was an achievement for them. Don't care what it does or what it affects or whatnot. That rush, if you will. So yeah, I got a little bit preachy there, but sorry, just needed to get that off of my chest. Now on to other matters. It's amazing how much water is on this map. Wow. And yes, I've turned on clouds. I realized that I didn't have them on for the longest time. I don't know why. I guess sometime in the past I turned them off for whatever reason and just never turned them back on again. I think it was when I started using shaders originally. I had switched them off because they were conflicting with the shaders and the clouds. The clouds and the shaders, sorry, not the shaders and the clouds. That would be a good name for a band, though. The shaders and the clouds. Come on. Launch me up there. Thank you. So yeah, but now that they're back on, I think it adds something very, very nice to the Minecraft world. It adds a bit of authenticity to it that the Pure Skies didn't, and the feeling of flying through the clouds is a very nice one. So if you guys want to turn your shaders on and try it out, feel more than welcome to. It's a really, really nice feeling to be able to do that. Also gives you a good idea of how high up you are, As long as you keep yourself up above that cloud layer like that, you generally find to keep flying for a little while. If you're below it, then you need to start shooting yourself upwards. So it gives you a nice gauge, if you will, of how far down you've gone. Yeah, I know the ground does that too, but it's always good when you're going to crash into almost certain death to have more than one way of telling that is coming up on you. That's why planes have so many gauges and whatnot, to tell them, yes, you're getting too close to the ground, pull up, you don't want to die. So yeah, as we fly along, man, there is a lot of water in this particular map. Wow. I think this would have been a very expansive mesa if all this water wouldn't have intersected it the way it has. Because it's really chowed a lot of the mesa away. But at least now we have more of an idea how much of the mesa we have to deal with as we go forward, and how much clay. Basically, it's not an infinite resource, but it is a finite resource that we'll have to take care of as we go, because we can't just go sugar with it, basically. Also, another thing I was noticing as I was digging out that clay is eventually it stops being clay and it turns into stone underneath the mountains. So yeah, there's not as much clay as you would think. Like originally I thought it would go down into the ground quite a bit, maybe turn into stone eventually, but certainly not as soon as it did. There was about 10 layers of clay before it turned into stone. So yeah, it's definitely a finite resource, as nice looking as it is. And yes, I am aware that you can dye it other colors other than the ones I've been digging up, but at the moment I'm happy with the ones I've been digging up. I think they look nice enough and they'll suit my needs as I go forward. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry for last time. There was supposed to be a... if I can get myself up into the air quickly. There we go. There was supposed to be a time lapse at the end of the last episode, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. I tried to record it, but for some reason my computer said, nope, I am not doing this today, and it didn't. So, yeah, hopefully at the end of next episode there will be a time lapse, and also, there will be a new type of music that I'll be trying out. Let me know what you guys think, if I've got it right. I've heard Mr. BC does that at the end of his video. Oh, well, not at the end of his videos. He does time lapses during his videos, but I do mine at the end. But he uses a certain type of music. I asked him what it was, and I've tried to find some of it for myself. And I think I found some nice music of its kind. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about it, whether or not it's something that you'd like hearing, or you'd like me to go back to the type of music I was using before, the Kevin MacLeod type. But, you know, with Kevin MacLeod, he does make awesome music, but everybody uses it, and after a while, it just gets a bit too samey, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just my thoughts on the matter. So yeah, that's this episode for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I've certainly enjoyed flying around and filling in the map. We've done a whole third today of the map, which is certainly exciting. We've got a lot more progress done on the map than we usually do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, my name is Athais. Hope to see you next time. Good night, and God bless. Bye!